Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video and welcome to another episode of Back to Master. So we return in promotion series to Diamond 1 again. Here's the loading. If you want to pause it, feel free. We're against an Aurelia. I'm not great versus Aurelia, it has to be said. And I will say, I'm just fully transparent, I'm going to try and be really enthusiastic about this commentary, but I just made a quite big mistake. I just recorded this video, literally this identical video, literally 5 minutes ago, and it's a roughly half an hour game or something. After doing it, I checked, and I forgot to hit the record button. So I was literally doing the video without recording it. I'm just going to check right now. So yes, recording is working and the microphone is turned on. Right, this time it will work. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Anyway, let's try to get on topic. We're playing Diana, who you guys seem to be enjoying. Again, apologies that there's 2 Diana games in a row. I'm sure many of you won't mind because you guys seem to be liking the champion. But this was played, again, why do we do... This is a POV commentary, by the way. Why do we do POV commentaries? Just to remind people. I'm typing to you guys, this should be interesting. I usually suck versus Aurelia, etc. But POV commentaries are usually done if I've got lack of content or... I'm playing when I'm not streaming. So I am right now, this game, in Diamond 1 promo, I played this last night at about 11:30 p.m. So I wasn't obviously streaming, but I was like, hey, it's Diamond 1 promo, I should record it just in case it's a nice game to upload and do a commentary of. So that's what this is. Obviously, the vast majority of commentaries we do are just live commentaries, and I will say, very good news. Today's stream that I did was very good, and we got like 3 or 4 live commentaries done and you'll have them over the next few days, and all of them were really good. So hopefully you guys will enjoy those. But yeah, so Diana versus Aurelia. And again, obviously, I now know exactly what happens this game. You know, my memory is very fresh. Diana versus Aurelia. Meanwhile, the enemy bot lane, who were, by the way, duo queue. I don't think Poor Professor said they were, but they were. Again, Poor Professor doesn't pick up on everything. I went on their profiles afterwards, and it was like the Callista only duo queues, but it was one of the best Callistas in the world. Jarvan does a lovely play, though. He does a return gank. Meanwhile, I take a tower hit, and Aurelia hits level 2, stuns me, all-ins me, and just blows me up. The difference there was the tower hit. I took 123 damage by the tower, and she survived on 60 health, and yeah. So that was a mistake, and again, I do usually suck versus Aurelia, you guys know that, and what I'd like you to tell me in the comment section, if you want some interaction, tell me what your Kryptonite champion is in League. Mine is Aurelia, 100% right now. I don't know why. I just suck versus that champion. No matter who I'm playing, like I just don't beat that champion. It used to be Jax a long time ago, and then it used to be Fizz. But, you know, one of the best and most effective ways at getting better versus champions that you suck against is picking that champion up, surprisingly. Because the more you pick a champion up, you then understand what beats that champion. Why? Because you see what beats you when you're playing it. You're like, oh, I got beat by that? Oh, that's what I should be doing when I'm against it. So, yeah, bad start, unfortunately. Obviously, you never want to die in a solo, you know, in any regard, especially in high rating, because people can snowball off that. So I'm just going to try and calm down the lane a little bit, and, you know, hopefully things will be fine. Just going to take a drink with my big bottle. Again, this is very bad for my jaw, recording 2 videos back-to-back of constantly talking, but anyway, I'll stop moaning. Got to be a little bit careful, obviously, the Aurelia. She did get, I think, another stun. I did press W, by the way, before that, and, you know, she's got Conqueror stacked. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I didn't think... Died again. Didn't think I'd actually need to flash away, but I probably would have. And the one thing I'll say when it comes to me playing versus Aurelia, and obviously, yes, I'm not very good versus that champion, and I 100% admit that, I have been consistent about why I'm bad versus that champion the whole time. The damage. So I'm typing there's so much damage. I constantly get surprised by how much damage that champion deals. Why do I get surprised? Because everybody knows Aurelia is supposed to be a mid to late game champion. So when it comes to lane phase in the early game, I'm not expecting much damage, and then she basically one-shots you at level 4. You're like, oh. So that is why, and it's something that I need to work on 100%. But yeah, I just never expect that much damage. I don't think she should have that much damage. Anyway, enemy team doing aggressive play, Jarvan having to flash, and obviously enemy team right now has the priority. So, got to calm down the game. Starting bad, obviously. Again, I know the range of the tower, by the way, so I do a nice little E there. Look at the damage. It would have been nice one more tower hit, but that was great. Again, not letting her be at high health, doing a bunch of damage to her. So that's fantastic. She is going a little bit aggressive, but she misses the stun this time. And obviously, also, good to say, in top lane, even though in this replay, it's relatively a 1v1, junglers don't pay much attention to that lane at all, because again, it's not meta. It's a one-trick pony Kled versus a guy that doesn't really play Ryze very much. So keep that in mind, because, he probably will do, hopefully, better than the Ryze world. So it might be, said that I might be starting to get camped a little bit. We're going to go for some return damage, and we actually do a lot. We do a bunch. If Jarvan was there at the perfect time, that was a double kill right there, but obviously he wasn't. So that was fine. So what, Kayn was there when I died the second time, but he didn't help. He then was invading. He then has ganked again. So he's been around me 3 times in the last minute and a half, roughly. So it's a lot. I am thinking, by the way, ooh, can I kill the Aurelia? Because I'm close to level 6. So I think I might try to go for it. Huzzy cannon. But obviously it's risky. And meanwhile, apparently I'm getting pinged back again. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kayn is back again. I decide just to go aggressive. She flashes away. I wasn't quick enough. But yes, there is the 4th time that he is nearby practically in the last 2 minutes. Yeah. Again, I don't think these two were duo queue, but maybe they were. Again, as I said, Professor doesn't always pick up on everything. But it has to be said, it's not bad, because in all of that I've been focused, at least my health is higher than Aurelia's, so I get to stay in lane. I can continue to farm and stuff. So that's not overly terrible. Also, why double Dorans? Because a lot of people say, Huz, don't you say that's not item efficient or cost effective? It's not. But when you've died twice, Dorans is very good for the early game. And Diana is a scaling champion. So it gives you a bit of health, gives you a bit of everything, really, apart from the mana regen's unique, so only one of them uses it. But it's not a bad thing at all when you're having a rough game. Anyway, the enemy bot lane is obviously winning. Kalista uses flash. I am cancelling my base going, oh, do I need to go over and kill her? But at this time, I'm like, no, Jarvan's got that. So I will decide just to go back and buy. Item build. So this is something that a lot of people might be like, okay, so you've had a bad early game. You're 0-2. Are you then going to go for the rower, kind of tankier Diana build? No, I'm not. Which, again, it could be self-confidence that I think, yeah, I've died twice, unfortunately, but I'm confident I can do well anyway. The early game isn't everything. But also the enemy team comp is actually surprisingly squishy for a Diana. Diana can one-shot a lot of things. I am typing in the chat there, which, again, you could question, do I need to type that? It was probably just a bit of frustration saying, hey, Kayn is here like every single minute of the game, help. But obviously my team can take that as they will. If Jarvan goes bot lane and helps them and gets them fed, well, that's better. That's just a better thing to do. So it's not that bad. So Aurelia right now, I think, has got her Tiamat. Caitlyn, she had a really bad game. I am thinking about trying to fight the Aurelia. You can see Jarvan is in the area. Do go for a bait with using my ultimate to dodge the stun. Gonna wait for Q. Gonna go for the second part of my ultimate, and we do get a shutdown, so that went really well. Aurelia used ultimate, didn't get a kill from it. Maybe thinking about going for the Kayn, and I back away. I did not think that was going to land, and if it did, if I knew that was going to land, I might have gone for a bit of ultimate damage, because even though, yes, I probably wouldn't have killed him, getting him lower health is always a good idea, because then he wouldn't maybe have the confidence to free farm the mid lane wave or something. He'd have to go back. I can't go for him, though, now, because he's got ultimate up, so he'll just literally ult into me as I ult him. So, yeah, overall, it's fine. Really nice kill on Aurelia, so that gets me on the board. We also get her ignite, so her kill pressure on me is also less, so that's great. Gonna probably do this a little bit of pushing. Meanwhile, my bot lane is trading again. I'm a little bit nervous about my bot lane, because they are not doing great. Again, the Morgana seems to be doing fine. It's more the Caitlyn that's having a bad game. I am deciding maybe I should go for a roam. Because, again, Diana is technically an assassin, and what do assassins do? Roam. Don't know if they've got vision. You can see I've actually got red trinket. If you're wondering why red trinket, because, again, it's the roaming. I do have roaming in mind, and just knowing when I go for a roam, if people are on their way, then at least I know. So I cancel my base. Gonna base again. Again, always be basing in this type of instance. Anyway, they do go a bit crazy. They might have known I was in there. I do decide it would be a waste of time not to go for the Thresh. I am kind of thinking I'm going to die here. Trying to do as much damage as I can before I die. Unfortunately, I don't hit the Kayn. Caitlyn, unfortunately, makes a massive mistake. So if you actually go back, if you miss that, she presses Q as Kayn comes out. He gets hit by a trap or whatever. And she got her... Caitlyn used Q instead of auto-attacking. If she just auto-attacked the Kayn, he was dead. Instead of going for Q. So that was really unfortunate. So that wasn't great. Also, Infernal Dragon is first, and obviously I do change back because I'm like, okay, maybe roaming is a bad idea and having proper trinkets would be better. Obviously, Kalista is one of the dragon queens of League of Legends that she has basically her own smite execute. Enemy team going a bit aggressive. Nice black shield there just to help out. And obviously, we don't want the enemy team to get Infernal. It's unlikely this is going to go well for us. We are going to throw control wards in the pit. They are pulling it out a little bit. They're leaving, by the way, what is very good to note, they are leaving the blast plant for me. That's good by my team. If they took that, that would be bad. I jump over. Here comes the fight. Morgana ultimate hits. I go for it. I bump 3 of them back into the fight, which is great. And we will just completely take them on. Caitlyn has hardly done anything this fight. She doesn't get any assists in the 3 kills so far. And we kill 3 of them, and we'll take the Infernal Dragon. So really nice turn there. She gets 1 kill at least, the Caitlyn. But yeah, that was basically Morgana. Ultimate was great. There was a couple people that were starting to run away if you go back and watch it. And I E'd them back in, so the Morgana stun hit. And obviously Jarvan in the middle of that fight did a lot of damage. So overall, that went really well. As well as it could, that was fantastic. We kill 4 of them, and we get the Infernal Dragon, which turns the kill... which turns the kill score 9-8 and gets us an Infernal Dragon. So that's really nice. Again, apologies, my jaw is really hurting now. But anyway, I will soldier on. And again, apologies for 2 Diana episodes in a row. I normally don't like doing that, but it's just the way that it worked out. Again, if I want to climb, I'm just going to focus on what's good in the matchup and good what I can play. Anyway, a little trade is happening. Morgana not too involved, but they will get the kill, so that's fine. It's a trade of AD carries. Caitlyn, even though she's had a terrible game so far, she is ahead in the farm at this point. So that's not bad, but Kalista is already 6-4. That's scary. Again, what isn't scary, though, is the idea of maybe a Diana being able to one-shot a Kalista. That's my job, after all. And no, the Thresh is decent protection, but he's not, like, the best protection in the world. Not from just a pure one-shot. So yeah, I'm still confident we can do well. The lane in mid lane, I'm 20 farm down, but you can see I've caught up in kills. We've now got 2 kills. She's got 2 kills. Obviously, the 2 that she got on me. She's died twice, so she was 2-0. She's now 2-2. I was 0-2, now 2-3, so it's not terrible. Maybe looking for another kill soon. She will go aggressive. Hits the stun. Ignites me. Very aggressive. Unfortunately, that Morgana by a hit. So that, again, random aggression play coming out of the thing here. First kill in top lane. Kled is on the board. Remember, that lane does exist. And obviously, we literally haven't really spoken about it at all because it's irrelevant in the current meta. Hence why I stopped playing it. It just felt frustrating to play a lane that you're like, I don't really do much. I won my lane and, oh, my bot lane lost, so we lose the game. Where mid lane and jungle, as I've been playing recently, have bigger impacts. 100%. Anyway, she does just go for a plate. Unfortunately, I am thinking maybe this could be a kill soon on her if she makes the wrong move. Jarvan is in the general area. She is going to maybe walk down into the bush where Jarvan is. You look at the minimap, Jarvan is there. I'm going to delay my Q, make sure I don't get hit by the stun. Jarvan's going to go for the play. She flashes away, but if you notice, I jump her back in, kill her straight away, and there we go. So we are now 3-3. Caitlyn's dead again. 3-3, so we are now technically doing better than the Aurelia in KD. Farm, we're still trying to catch up, but we're now going for plates in the mid lane. Kane is nearby. I missed my Q. That wasn't great. Bind, maybe? Bind lands. Jarvan going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. If you notice, I don't go for my combo. Another little E there. Again, E of Diana is fantastic. There's 2 E's in a row there that basically confirmed me kills. The Aurelia flashed, and then she might have tried to run away, but we E'd her, so she engaged back in. I'm going to try and flash and escape. And then the Kane would have got away there if we did not E him back in. E's fantastic. It's really good. I've got over 2,000 gold. We're not winning that fight. The bot lane's obviously roamed up, so and Ryze teleported too. So I'm just going to go back. Watch the mini-map, by the way. You saw Kalista right there, and there's Thresh right there. They were literally going exactly where I was basing. So maybe they knew I was in there, I'm not sure, but we managed to get away. We get our first item, so 1 level item power spike. Well, hurrah. But yeah, we're 4-3-3 now, 84 farm, so it's not bad. From recovering from a really bad early game, this is basically the best thing we can do. I'm doing a bit of camera work there, because I'm like, why is Jarvan letting that die? I'm not really sure, if I'm honest. He probably could have held it. With waiting for me to come and then engage on them, but he lets it go down for whatever reason. But yeah, so the game's not looking bad. So we've got a positive KD, we're catching up with farm as best we can. Kled's having a good game, enemy bot lane is basing from the mid lane. And, you know, do I think Kalista is great, by the way? No, not really. She's obviously not bad in high rating because that's the mechanical intensity of the champion. And obviously, yeah, this is one of the best Kalistas in the world, apparently. But I'm honestly not that scared of Kalista. It has to be said. You know, I'm scared more of a Severe or a Vayne or something like that than a Kalista. I don't know, it's just her playstyle obviously isn't that crazy crit damage that a lot of the meta is right now. She has to take a long time to kill people. She has to get the spears in somebody. Again, this is just a pure one trick. Literally, I think 100% of their games, over like 120 or something games, are on one champion, and that is Kalista. So it's obviously someone that just likes the champion, which is fine, but I don't rate it very highly. Play happening. Jarvan does a nice play. Caitlyn gets the kill. Caitlyn's probably going to go down. She will, because the ultimate. And we know the enemy bot line is on their way right now. So me and Morgana are rotating. Jarvan full health, though. Going to go for a re-engage. We're going to go for the Kalista. She gets bound really nicely. She will go down to the Ignite of Morgana. I don't even pop a Spellbinder, by the way, and I will pick up myself a kill. So that's a really, really nice return gank. Thumbs up. So overall, we get 3 of them. They kill 1 of us. And that opens up both bot lane tower I'm going to go for because it's free. And Jarvan and Morgana are going to go over to the dragon because it's free. Also, remember, top lane is still a thing. You can see both of them on the minimap right now, just having a fun lane phase. I'm sure they're having a wonderful time. Of, like, literally neither of them so far have got involved in this game because top. So we get the ocean, we get the bot lane tower. I'm going to go back and buy my first needlessly large rod, I presume. There we go. So yes, this is an example of having a 0-2 start early game. We're now 5-3-4. And we're going the full one-shot build. So Aurelia, as you can see, is 2-4. So how the tables have turned, ladies and gentlemen. So I would say the Jarvan had a great game. Unfortunately, the thing with the Jarvan, which you will see throughout the game, his attitude did let him down a bit. He was one of those kind of big head, like annoying, cocky players that it just ruins it. You know, you can have a great game, but remember the honor system is not, you know, it's not how well you're playing, it's honor. It's being a nice player. Anyway, see the enemy team there. I miss my Q, but I go for it anyway. Pop Spellbinder alongside the Jarvan. She gets killed instantly. Continue the damage. Morgana ultimate comes through. Unfortunately, doesn't get the Kayn. Okay, Kled gets finally involved in a different thing than the Rise. He gets the solo kill on the Aurelia. And meanwhile, this whole time, Kayn's been able to free farm in top lane. So this has gone pretty good so far. Get myself another kill, so I'm now 6-3-4. Rift Herald is being done. I was thinking about maybe I'm going to go for aggression play, but unfortunately that was blue warded, so I'm going to go over and maybe help out on the Rift Herald a little bit. Oh, my nose. Give it a Q. I don't think I'm going to help it that much more because, again, I don't do that much to it. Thinking, again, I want to wait in bushes. I'm an assassin after all. That's what assassins do. Wait in a bush for like 10 seconds. Look if someone walks into you. There's a random control ward in that bush, which I don't know why. At this stage in the game, where we're not really invading, why is there a control ward there? I go up to this bush, which if you're wondering why, this is to help secure that tower. Basically, if Kalista walks past, I can engage on her, kill her. It's just a little bit of security, but unfortunately Rise wards it, and I will just back away. But we do get the tower, which is good. Kled obviously in the bot lane doing a bit more free farming. He's had a good game. He's 170 farm and 2-0, so yeah, nothing bad. So one of the Dorans to pick up my second needlessly large rod, which obviously will be going to death cap. Goes without saying. But yeah, so far, game has gone well. It's returning to standard, just bad early game. And again, am I scared of an Aurelia? It's weird. Am I scared of an Aurelia in mid to late game? No, because I think it's relatively easy to outplay them at that stage with items. It's just the early game. I just never anticipate the damage that she does. It's that simple. It's every time that I die to Aurelia, I'm like, oh, Jesus, that damage. And again, it could be the combination of the champion and Conqueror that I'm not respecting. I'm not really sure. Anyway, Jarvan is looking for top lane. He's going to go for the Rise. He does find the Rise. Rise was basing in the bush and didn't get away quick enough. Unfortunately, Jarvan doesn't do enough damage, so I'm like, wait a minute, let's turn. This is a good reminder that Spellbinder, as you can see there, is a movement speed buff, and I'm like, I'm not letting that Rise engage. Unfortunately, as you can see there, the enemy bot lane already had Thresh in Kalista ultimate before anything happened, so that to me says they knew I was there. And if you remember, the ward that I was waiting in that bush where the Jarvan was just then, Rise warded it, so they knew I was there. Anyway, the enemy team obviously used quite a lot to kill me. They used the Kalista ultimate, so the Thresh wasn't safe. Kalista dies, Thresh dies, and Kayn dies. So by basic maths, for my death, 4 of the enemy team died. I think that's worth. So that was really good. We're also going to use Rift Herald in top lane for the tier 2. So the Caitlyn, now that we're out of lane phase and she's out of the lane, the duo versus lane, she's doing fine now. Maybe she just struggled in the lane phase. Jarvan gets a nice knock up. Caitlyn going to continue trying to do a bit of damage. I don't think they'll get her. Aurelia flashes away, and they probably will just go back and buy. I do, and I am risking it for a chocolate biscuit, so I normally wouldn't advise this, because obviously selling Dorans is, I'm squishier now, I've got not enough health, but I sell the Dorans. I've got no Dorans at only 20 minutes into the game, and I've got my 2 items. So I've got nearly 500 ability power, 499, now. At 20 minutes in the game. That's a lot of ability power, it has to be said already. I'm going to go for the blue buff because it's free and it should be for me. Enemy team Aurelia, you can see on the minimap, is engaging quite heavily, it looks like. Maybe getting herself maybe a bit caught. I'm not really sure. They will. Nothing comes of it, but Aurelia blows her ultimate. Nothing else happens. I am looking for again, you can see in my playstyle, I'm looking for these bush plays or people walking into the enemy jungle now. But unfortunately, they always have it warded. That was a blue trinket that was just sitting there. It's annoying, but it's smart by the enemy team, not letting me have a free reign of roaming. So Baron is being pinged. Baron is risky when the enemy jungler is afoot, because obviously Baron steals are a thing. But Aurelia being bot lane is good for us. This Aurelia has not run teleport. But I'm going to do my bush play that we've been talking about. And the Kayn right now, I think, is maybe thinking they could be doing Baron. You know, maybe it's a possibility. I've got to go check it. So this doesn't give him vision. I pop Spellbinder, use my E to bring him into me, and I one-shot him. So I do think it's pretty easy to say there that I don't think the Kayn was expecting that damage. The reason why I say that is because he would have ulted me. You know, as soon as I was showed and he did a little bit of damage to me, I'm pretty sure he would have ulted me to make himself safe. He just didn't expect it. So this now gives Baron to us, because obviously the enemy team did an Ocean Dragon, Aurelia was bot lane, free Dragon, so free Baron, sorry. So thank you very much to the enemy team. Again, I'm happy that I finally managed to do a bush play as an assassin. That's my job. Yeah, so this game's gone great so far. Rough early game. We're now 8-4-5. Again, farm has not been the focus of this game, as you guys probably can tell. That's kind of my focus on Diana in general, is just kills. I think that's more assassins. It's rare to see an assassin that's like, oh, I'm just going to free farm until late game. You're like, but you've got to kill things to be useful. But farm, it's just not what an assassin does. So I'm just going to get that to push and then group, because we should be grouping with Baron buff. Like, just obviously. Even Kled, by the way, should be grouping at this stage with Baron. Another Infernal, by the way, worth noting. So we are going to look to push in. Maybe I should have checked that bush if there was a control ward, by the way, because there is a control ward in this one. We're going to now start kind of going nearer the base. And what I do here is I just wait here, because what I want to happen is the enemy team to engage on my Jarvan and Caitlyn. Unfortunately, the Jarvan pings me because he doesn't get what I'm doing. And yeah, so I stopped doing that, which I probably should have just continued doing that, if I'm honest, because what you're about to watch, if I was waiting in the position I was, the play that's about to happen would never happen. Right, ready? I get knocked up, I get thresh ulted, and I get killed. I got completely chain CC'd by everything. There was literally nothing I could have done about that situation, because the positioning, the Jarvan wanted me near the front. Again, this is where you just kind of ignore people. If I waited around the corner, let the enemy team do that big engage, and then I come in after it, I could have one-shot like 3 people. But again, that was my mistake for giving in. I should have kept my positioning. You see the Jarvan, he was just annoying. It's just that type of player that, again, thinks they're the bee's knees. They think they're the best thing in the game going, and they just don't respect their teammates, and just they live to be annoying. Again, tip to everybody: don't annoy your teammates on purpose, because they're the people that are also helping you win the game, or potentially losing you the game. So yeah, doesn't take a big brain to work that out. But anyway, I do buy a stopwatch, so I do sell another item to get stopwatch, because again, it's very important. If I do get chain CC'd as a melee relatively assassin, I can't do anything. And that team fight just showed that. So that was a bit bad. I do again, we got inhibitor top lane, which is great, but I do potentially stand by maybe Kled should be grouping even with Baron. Obviously, yes, he wants to split push, that's what he does, but with Baron, maybe grouping would have been a bit better. I am going to go look for like a bush play again. Doubt anything's going to come of it. Oh no, something will. Again, I should have remembered this. So there's Kayn. We're going to pop Spellbinder, and I make a mistake. So I go for the one shot. He is 49 health. I should have ignited him. I ignite him now, and Caitlyn ultimate will finish the kill. But yeah, I could have one-banged him in straight away if I managed to get it off. Morgana bind hits, questionable, but anyway, Caitlyn's going to just from range finish off the Rise because she is now actually pretty strong with the crit build. Again, naturally this Caitlyn, who's had a very bad game, is going to be more useful than this Kalista. As crazy as that sounds, it's just the meta of the game. Anyway, we're now finally looking to get into the enemy base. We've got numbers advantage, so it's fine for Kled to stay bot lane. Going to look for probably the Kalista. So she's attacking me. We just completely one-shot her. She even tried to heal. Doesn't matter. And I've got no mana now, so the best thing I can do is just help and kill the base. And we're in the enemy base. Kled is also pushing in with minions, so there is going to be one mid inhibitor. Kled is now in the bot side, as you know, we're meeting the split push, so he's here now. So this has gone very well. So yeah, again, what a great game to highlight. Early game isn't everything, and don't tilt. Yeah, it's really important not to tilt. I go aggressive, Rise flashes for me, I flash away. Unfortunately, the Thresh doesn't die, but Rise having weird positioning, really wanting to kill me, it seems, mispositions himself, and he will go down. I eventually get the Thresh with one of my Qs. I'm tanking a bit of the tower, which actually isn't that bad, because I'm not at risk, and we will go for some of the base towers. So we could go back right now, easily. But with the minion advantage, we have a bit of number advantage, we could continue just try and break the base. Now, after killing this second tower, now, we should run. I've got no mana, I should be gone. For some reason, I decide to try and help the Morgana. So we are going to make a mistake here. I die, Jarvan will die, but again, we now have everything. If you actually look at the minimap, we have every single tower in the game. We have every inhibitor broken, so it's okay. But yeah, I could have survived that if I just ran away. And the bad thing, unfortunately, is Infernal Dragon is about to spawn. Obviously, Infernal Dragon, relatively important for scaling. And I have lost games, and I have won games from this point of this game, by the way. When everything on my own base has died, I've turned games and we've won them. And I've also lost games that we have been in this situation. The enemy team has hardly anything. They have only 3 towers. They have top lane, tier 1, mid lane, tier 1 and 2. Sorry, 4 towers, and bot lane, tier 1. They've got 4 towers. They have nothing, and I have won games from this point. Very questionable Kled teleport, by the way. He just teleports in. If you don't know what happened, he just flashed it. And I just say, don't risk, we're fine. We've got everything of the enemy base, so we just have to walk in with all these super minions, and the enemy team would not be able to cope right now. My team, it's risking. So you can see they are in the enemy jungle. They are fighting the enemy bot lane. Caitlyn gets hooked, which looked really weird. That did not look like it landed. She does a nice E, though, to safety for now. Kalista's going to go down to the Kled, which is great. Aurelia's in the area. She will go aggressive onto the Caitlyn. Double kill for the Kled. So there we go. That is most likely going to be the game. Literally, again, second time I've recorded this game within the last hour. But it was great. It was a fun game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Diana. This was game number 1 of my Diamond 1 promo. And if you just watched finally here, we're going to go for a Spellbinder proc. So we've got 749 ability power. And Kayn will go down very fast. Again, a lot of ability power is this build. But there we go. Really nice win. That was game number 1 of my Diamond 1 promo again. And a victory. My throat is killing me right now. We're going to go into the end screen and just have a little bit of a look how much damage we did and all that good stuff. Remember, farm is not really what we went for like normal. I think from memory, I honour the Caitlyn for not tilting, staying cool, because she had a bad early game and she did okay. We went 11-6-7. We win our first game in Diamond 1 promo, and damage-wise, we do the most damage in the game. So yeah, pretty good. And you can see there, Caitlyn does the second most on our team, so she did fine. She didn't tilt. She had a bad early game, and you also notice I did 10,000 more damage than the Aurelia. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, throw a comment. Again, sorry for 2 games of Diana in a row. It just worked out like that. But I'll see you guys next time. See ya.